The following is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com present Lincoln Community High School Rail Splitter Basketball. WLCN's live stream video coverage of Railer basketball is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Me Realty, locally owned and operated. Me Realty is Logan County's top producing real estate agency year after year. Call 217-735-5424 or browse listings online at merealty.com. Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger. Stop by before or after the game, located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Heartland Community College is Lincoln's community college. At Heartland, you'll get the personal attention and support you need to be a successful student. Discover Heartland, discover your future. Visit heartland.edu/Lincoln. Schneider Masonry, family owned and operated in Central Illinois with over 40 years of experience, serving builders, contractors, and homeowners. Free estimates available. Call 217-314-9654. Blades Nail and Hair Salon, located at 241 Madigan Drive in Lincoln, offering salon services for hair, skin care, waxing, nails, lashes, and brows. Go online to bladeshairandnailsalon.com or call 217-732-7213. Joe Ryan Country Financial, located in downtown Lincoln at 509 Pulaski Street. Call 217-735-4385. Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Rail Splitter Basketball. Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order Butterburgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln.
Hi, Joe Ryan here with Country Financial. As pensions go by the wayside and your retirement approaches, have you thought about what your retirement income will look like? No, I'm not talking about how much money you have saved. I am talking about a retirement income, a guaranteed paycheck for life. That's right, a paycheck issued to you every month for the rest of your life. Sound interesting? Let's talk. 735-4385.
More plays, the thing with the program has been is consistently just consistent, and I think as you go over and you consistently go over things all the time, repetition, you obviously get better at it. I think Coach Al hasn't changed that for a long time.
Both teams now in front of their respective benches. We're just about ready to turn it over to my broadcast partner for the starting lineups for both teams for tonight's game between the Lincoln Rail Splitters and the Washington Panthers.
As Jay said, there are starting lineups getting set here from Washington, Illinois. And the Railers, again, 9-1 on the season, 4-1 in the Apollo Conference. Washington, 7-3 and 2-1 in the Mid-Illini Conference. Looks like Coach Alexander is going to go with the same starting lineups he has most of the season, especially riding this 8-game winning streak that the Railers are on. First man out, 5'11", and a junior. Number 3, Schilling. Trey Schilling. 5'6", and a junior. Number 10, Carson. Keon Carson. 6'5" and a senior, 22 is Saucy, Tyler Saucy. 6'2" and a senior, 24, Bivin, Jake Bivin. And the leading scorer for your Railers, 13 points a game, 6'7" and a senior, 34 is Cook, Peyton Cook. Of course, head coach by Neil Alexander, assisted by Eric Ewald, Greg Alexander, Brandon Bird Farmer, Josh J. McClellan, Zach Dom, and Gary Rademacher. Getting the Railers fresh off a 61-23 victory over the Titans from Chatham-Glenwood High School last night. First man out for Washington, 5'10" and a senior, number 3 is Jake Stewart. 5'10" and a senior, also number 5, Micah Brewer. 5'10" and a junior, number 14, Gabe Patterson. 6'3" and a senior, 20, Jamari White. I think this guy's their player, Jay. If I just remember from the last couple of years, 6'3" and a junior, 40 is Brandon Vanderheit.
I think you may be right. Micah Brewer tends to run the point for him on offense. The Stewart kid and Gabe Patterson both are smaller guards, but they can shoot it, and they're not afraid to shoot it from fairly far out from what I saw of some of the film I watched. So Chicago Street Rental's about ready to bring you the opening tip. We forgot to do the Me Realty list of the game. We'll get to that here in a little bit, folks. Peyton Cook and Jamari White set to jump it up in center circle. Here we go. And the tip control, Cook bats it into the back court. And Keon Carson runs it at the point. Man-to-man defense for Washington. Washington in white uniforms trimmed in orange. Bivin goes down the lane, and there's that double team right there, and a tie-up by Washington.
Yeah, we saw tough physical defense in that sophomore game from Washington, which was good to see. The Railers sophomores have not been really tested this year, and other than Mount Zion, Jay, the Railers haven't been either.
And that's what I saw, Josh, on the film against Dunlap. They like to do that double team, as Stewart has it across the front court.
And they may especially do it with Keon's man.
Brewer to Vanderheit. Vanderheit in the lane, 10-footer up and good. Vanderheit, the 6'3 junior, over Cook, the 6'7 senior. Schilling in the corner. Out front, Saucy. Saucy, Bivin, top of the key. Left wing, Carson. Cook posted up down low. Carson, long three, up and no good. Back of the iron. Rebound goes to Gabe Patterson for Washington. Washington quickly in a hurry. Vanderheit behind the defense. Brewer out of the corner, up and no good. Rebound, Saucy.
Yeah, it looks like Washington really wanting to push the basketball here. Guards pushing the ball up to their big man who ran the floor well. Wide open three. The Railers got to concentrate on getting back.
Cook out front, Carson. Carson down the lane. There's the kick out. Saucy, three on the way. Up good.
He's been
Chris
good.
Coyne, State Farm three for Tyler.
Yeah, I've been consistent from that shot ever since about the third, fourth game of the season, Jay. And normally, like last night, he hits that first three for the Railers to get them on the scoreboard.
Lincoln up 3-2, 6:43 to go here in the first quarter. White into the front court for Washington. White, right wing, Stewart, out front, Brewer. Brewer looks to Patterson in the corner, keeps it out front. Now to Stewart, looking to spread out the Lincoln zone. In the corner, Patterson. Patterson out front, Brewer. Brewer reset their offense again. Bivin out to meet him. In the corner, Patterson looking inside. White, double post for Washington. Out front, Brewer. Brewer looks inside, nothing there. Back out front, Stewart. Washington being patient on offense. They flash White to the post at the free throw line. Stewart, Patterson. Patterson back out front, Stewart between the circles. Brewer now going to kick back out. And in the corner, Patterson. Three on the way, up and good.
Yeah,
Patterson.
Well, you look at it, man, they worked the ball. They had some movement with their offense. They kind of showed a guy at the top of the key. They showed a guy at the free throw line, and they were able to find their man in the corner on a nice skip pass.
Carson, Schilling, Bivin top of the key on his man. Cook going to go down the lane. Here's Cook with the layup, up and good. Peyton Cook with the score.
Yeah, they tried to take a charge. That was Stewart underneath, but if they had that little half circle moon thing like they do in college and pros, he would have been all in that thing. Way too deep on the attempted charge, and Cook with a nice drive.
Game tied at 5. Washington quickly into the front court. Patterson, Cook stole it away, and I think there's going to be a foul call. And it's going to go against Peyton Cook. Wow. Tough call.
Yeah, it looks like no. I think they're going to give it to Bivin.
Oh, they gave it to Jake
24, Bivin, yeah. And boy, we already had the ball in hands and ready to go the other way. And this official kind of looked at his buddy here on the sideline and said, I'm not sure I should have called that one.
Micah Brewer runs the point for Washington. Number 5 to Gabe Patterson, 14. against the Lincoln defense. Boy, they like to spread our defense out, don't they?
Yeah, they're moving. They've got some movement. They look like they try to overload one side, Jay. Look how they got 3 guys on this side of the court. Now they're going to swing a guy back through the middle and bring another guy and screen that bottom.
Vanderheit in the corner. Vanderheit quickly out to Brewer. Brewer, Stewart in the corner. They go inside. Ball batted away. Nice defense by Lincoln. And another good defensive play by Schilling.
Well, they've done a lot of skip passes already against this, Jay, and it looks like their plan is to really skip it against this Railer team that talks about you got to move while the ball's in the air.
Biven kick into Cook. The ball batted away on the double team, and the turnover goes to Washington. Washington in a hurry. Here they go. Skip pass across court. Brewer. Brewer out to Vanderheit. Vanderheit, top of the key, goes to Patterson. Patterson inside Vanderheit. Over Cook, up and no good. Battle for the rebound. Saucy skies for it.
Yeah, Saucy and Biven right there. Nice contest by Cook on the shot, too. So good defensive play there by the Railers.
Carson, Biven, Saucy. Back to Carson.
Boy,
in the corner, Schilling.
Trey's about to step on that in line.
Cook going to go down the lane again. Double teamed up and, almost in. Now gets his own rebound up and good. Good hustle by Peyton Cook.
Yeah, more aggressive than he was last night already, Jay. 4 points for Cook, and we got a big 3 from Saucy to give us 7. So I'd like to see the senior stepping up here with kind of an off night last night.
7-5, 3:49 to go here in period number 1 at Washington. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Ball nearly thrown away. Cook knocked it away from White. White caught that pass. That was lucky he caught that, Josh.
Yeah, they tried to throw it to Vanderheit, went off his hands and went right to White. I was watching the immaculate reception because of what's his name that passed away,
Franco Harris.
Yeah, and that was kind of like the same deal there. It went into his hands and then missed it, fumbled it, and then went right into to White's hands, but Cook was able to tap it away.
Cam Nelson and Aiden Gowan into the basketball game as Jake Biven takes a seat along with Trey Schilling. Brewer out front. Brewer to Stewart. Back to Brewer. Again, Washington spreading the floor, looking to be patient. Josh, just like Effingham, we need to know where their shooters are at. White, 15-footer, up and no good, and the ball hung on the rim, batted away, and Cam Nelson comes out of there with it.
They've already screened our zone more than we see teams screen us, so the Railers are going to have to really keep their hands out and try to feel for that guy come to screen.
Gowan on the pass from Saucy. Here's Cam Nelson with a 3, in and out, no good. I thought that one was going in, Josh.
Yeah, we had a good spot up. Nelson had his feet set, and it was in there for a minute and then came back out.
7-5 the Lincoln lead just at the 3-minute mark here of the first quarter. Washington has shown the propensity to push the ball a little bit, but they're very patient in the half court. They really spread the offense out. White out front, goes inside Vanderheit. Kick in the corner, up and air ball, and a foul underneath the basket into the game for Washington. Landon Shelton, the 5'11 junior. And that foul goes against Jake Stewart, number 3. That is his first and Washington's first.
Looks like they're already set up for the shot clock, Jay. They've got the time above the scoreboard, or above the bank board. And
they may have used that in that tournament of champions.
You might be right.
I wondered about that. Carson going to go down the lane. Layup time. Got it. Keon Carson with the layup.
Yeah, and Washington doing a pretty decent job of getting in somewhat positioned for a charge, but I think they're just too deep underneath the hoop.
Here comes Shelton down the lane, and Cook bats it away. Here comes Gowan quickly to the other end. Gowan going to pull it back out. Saucy, top of the key, 3, no good. Battle for the rebound. Vanderheit goes out of bounds. And are they going to get Cook on the foul?
Yeah, just bad decision there by Peyton. We can't afford for him to get fouls, and then he gets one trying to tap it away after on a rebound that was already really secured by Washington. We don't need him to get any cheap fouls.
What a block he had here on the end.
Yeah, he was way up over the rim.
Love to see that aggressiveness on defense from Peyton Cook.
Well, you didn't see that last night. You didn't see. Coach talked about it. Well, a couple of rebounds for Cook, and he should be getting 7 to 8 for us.
Drew Hayes in a basketball game for Tyler Saucy. Drew with a nice game during the sophomore game earlier. Stewart out front against Carson. Goes cross court. Shelton nearly out of bounds. Ball inside the White. Ball out of bounds, and they're going to say Washington basketball. And I thought they touched it last, Josh.
Yeah, it looked like it was right in front of them, too.
Washington inbound left side of their own basket, and they kick it out front. Stewart to Brewer. Brewer between the circles. Brewer against Carson. Stewart goes in the corner. Shelton and Lincoln covering the shooters. Brewer going to go down the lane, up over Cook, throws it up and good.
Yeah, nice shot there. by, like you said, Brewer. Got it over the long stretch arm to Cook, and Cook was going for that block shot.
Carson to Gowan, out front Hayes, Nelson, Cook. Cook goes in the corner, Keon Carson. Carson, Gowan. Gowan, Hayes, Nelson in the corner, Cook. Carson. Lincoln running their motion offense. Hayes goes to Cook. Cook started in the lane, going to kick back out Gowan. Gowan going to drive in, stop and pop from 15. No, back to the iron. Rebound goes to a new player in the game for Washington. That is number 21, and there's DeAndre Jackson. Hayes with the steal, coming the other way. Hayes down the lane, he got fouled.
Shooting two, yeah. And I've been waiting. They've been throwing that skip pass, Jay, from the other side of the court, diagonal to the other side, and I'm waiting for one of our backs to step up and take that away. One thing Drew does a really good job of, especially in the sophomore games, he does takes that pass away, and he just took it away there. One or two of those interceptions, and they stopped doing that.
Hayes, first one up short. Well, we have not shot the free throws very well lately, Josh.
No, you're right. I think just 3 of 7 last night for the Railers, and we didn't shoot it well in the sophomore game here. Again, the sophomores with another victory earlier before this game, but Drew gets the second one to go.
10-7 the Lincoln lead, 52.4 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. Patterson still in the backcourt, gets it to White. White goes in the corner of Vanderheit. There's that skip pass again. Brewer out of the corner. 3-ball. Up, no good. Rebound, Saucy and Vanderheit fight for it, and a jump ball, and the possession goes to Lincoln.
Yeah, Tyler did a good job of going after the rebound there, but he's got to go hit that guy with the box out before he gets close enough to the rim.
So Lincoln up 10-7, 33 seconds to go here in the quarter. I would anticipate the last shot being played for here, and it looks like that's what coach is going to do.
Well, and one thing we see when we do this, the opponent tends to switch defenses midstream here. So a lot of teams in the Apollo or the Central State 8, they'll take our play away.
Cook out of the basketball game, Saucy in. Carson sets the offense. Here we go. 7 seconds to go. Hayes way out front, looking for somebody. Carson down the lane, beats his man, throws it up and no good, and a blocking foul. Whoa!
Yeah, good job by Keon. Just couldn't get it going. Somebody didn't realize the play call and got the ball back to Keon. Then you just got to use your athleticism and go to work. And Keon obviously has a lot of that. Keon
Carson, 5'6", number 10 at the free throw line. First one, eyes it up and got it. 11-7 the Lincoln lead with 0.6 of a second left on the clock. Second one, Carson eyes it up and good. Got them both. 12-7 the Lincoln lead, and that's probably going to do it here for the first quarter. Ball nearly thrown away. Washington, a desperation shot, hit the shot clock above the scoreboard. At the end of one quarter, it's Lincoln 12, Washington 7. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Mom was always very self-sufficient, but we started noticing things were off.
Alzheimer's, it was hard to hear that.
Early detection gave us time to seek information and support.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
It's time to check tonight's list of the game, sponsored by Me Realty. List your home with Me Realty when it's time to sell, and if you're looking to buy, check the listings at merealty.com. Josh has given me his 3 of the list of the game. Handle the pressure, shooting, and rebounding tonight. And Josh, so far, we've rebounded fairly well. We haven't shot it all that great, but we rebounded fairly well.
Yeah, we've done a good job on the boards, and the Railers have started to pick up on what Washington's trying to do to us with a lot of skip passes, a lot of movement. This is as much movement in a zone offense that we will see, and so far they've done a pretty good job of meeting their pass as well.
Washington had the basketball to start the second quarter. Ball batted away. Washington got it back, and now Washington throws it away. And Josh, you talked about the skip passes. We recognized it better that time and really forced the pass out of bounds.
Yeah, we're starting to read those a little bit more. And as you start to pick up on those things, this defense is still moving very fast.
Carson now into the front court. Gowan on the pop out front. Saucy going to go down the lane, kick out Nelson. 3 out of the corner, up and no good. Rebound, and Cook is really battling Vanderhyde hard for those offensive rebounds.
Yeah, nice box out by Vanderhyde. Didn't allow Cook to get in there at all.
Brewer nearly traveled the basketball, kick to Vanderhyde. Vanderhyde going to go down the lane, up over Cook. Good. Nice move by Vanderhyde, the 6'3" junior.
Yeah, they're getting in the middle of the lane a little bit with penetration. Our guards got to do a better job of stopping.
Nelson, another long 3, got it, a Chris Coyne State Farm 3 for Camden Nelson out at the Panther emblem. What a shot.
Yeah, and you can kind of tell when a guy, even though he's missed 2, he feels good. You know, they look good. He had good arc on him. The first one just rattled in and out, and I think Cam kind of figured out he's playing the wind a little bit better.
15-9, the Lincoln leads. 6:45 to go here in the half. Patterson out front. Patterson against Gowan. Ball nearly poked away. Gets it to Brewer. Brewer goes left side. Kick back out Patterson. Patterson goes inside to White. White in the lane. Kicks it out Vanderhyde. 3 on the way. Up and no good. Battle for the rebound. Cook against Stewart, and Nelson comes out of there with it. Quickly to Gowan. Gowan across the timeline. Back out front, Carson. Carson, Saucy. Nelson again, 3 on the way. In and out. Oh, almost went back in. Vanderhyde with the rebound, and you're right, Cam Nelson feels it.
You're right. He's got 2 of those that have been in and out.
Stewart with the long 3. Back to the iron, no good. Carson comes out with the rebound. And Keon turned on the afterburners. Here he goes. Down the lane, kick out Gowan. Gowan back out front, Nelson. Nelson to Cook. Cook to Saucy. Saucy thought about shooting it. Back out front, Nelson. Nelson, Carson. Carson, a little bit dribble penetration. Oh, and his man fell down. Back out Gowan, 3 on the way. Another Chris Coyne. State Farm 3 for Aiden Gowan.
Yeah, and again, Jay, Carson under control, gets in the lane. Aiden's man helps down to stop the penetration, and what's he do? He does a great job of finding his shooter, and when your point guard does it, feeds you right, feeds you in your pocket, the Railers have been knocking him down.
We've got a 30-second timeout on the floor. We're going to keep it right here. Let you know some of our fine sponsors, our billboard sponsors. Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln. Whether buying or selling, trust the professionals of Me Realty. For more information, check out merealty.com. Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburgers. Stop by before or after the game, located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Chase Lowry, Edward Jones Financial. Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Railer basketball on WLCN. Call financial advisor Chase Lowry at 217-732-7524 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Let's go Railers. You know, Josh, Cam Nelson, we talked about this. He's really feeling it, and he looks so much better with his, from being a shooter, once you kind of get in that rhythm, you really do feel it. It's like, give me the ball. I want to shoot it.
Yeah, and he's been ready to shoot when he's gotten a chance.
Ball batted away. Nice defense by Lincoln. Carson got a paw on it, and Nelson comes out of there with it.
Yeah, they've tried to force a few passes, and again, the Railer hands very active.
Cook out front, and Vanderhyde is really bellying up with him. And there's going to, and I think Carson going to get nailed on the foul.
Yeah, it looked like, a moving screen, something underneath the basket as we had some movement going and a play was going in movement, and not sure what happened there, but a foul anyway by Carson. Team third. That's
turnover, and the ball nearly thrown away, and White saved. No, I guess he didn't save it inbounds. Almost looked like he did.
Yeah, another turnover there. Now Washington's starting to climb up with those turnovers and not giving them chances to score. 2 back-to-back turnovers for the Panthers.
Carson to Cook. Cook out front, Gowan. Looking in the corner, Nelson. Saucy posted up inside, had White posted up. Nelson, Saucy out of the corner. Out front, Carson. Carson to Cook. Cook kicks back Carson. Bumped almost every time by Vanderhyde. Kick Nelson, 3 out of the corner. Short. Might have been tapped a little bit. Gowan, the rebound. Back out front, Carson. Going to reset the Lincoln offense. Cook the 3. Go! That almost looked good. Off the side of the iron. White the rebound. Here comes Washington in a hurry again. Pushing the basketball. If they don't have anything on numbers, looks like they're ready to kick it back out, run their offense.
Railers doing a better job of getting back too, Jay. In the first couple possessions, we trailed Washington getting back on defense. Now the Railers sprinting back.
Stewart out front. Patterson at the volleyball line. in between the circles. Stewart, cross-court Brewer. Nearly threw the ball away. Back out front, Stewart to Brewer. They're playing catch on the skip passes. Out front, Stewart. In the corner, Vanderhyde drives baseline on Cook. Ball kicked out to Brewer in the corner. Out front, Patterson. Stewart, 3 on the way up, no good. Ball in. I thought Nelson got shoved in the back by White. No call. And White got the bucket and the rebound.
Yeah, he pushed off 20 and White pushed Nelson way under the basket and couldn't get a chance of getting that rebound.
Gowan, Saucy, 18-11, the Lincoln lead.
Throw it to him.
Cook's got Vanderhyde posted up. Carson, kick out Gowan, 3 on the way. Up and good, a Chris Coyne State Farm 3. Aiden Gowan feeling it, Josh.
Yeah, again, Carson getting into the middle of the lane and kicking out to your shooter. And you said Gowan, 2 for 2 here from 3.
Washington now into the front court. White out front to Stewart. Patterson in the corner to Brewer. Back out front.
There's your skips. Jay coming over in the corner, and now they're going to circle around here and then try to pin our guys on the backside.
Ball batted away by Saucy, and Carson comes out of there with
Great job by Saucy. He was in front of a guy on this block. They tried to skip past it. He got all the way over there. Didn't get the steal, but got the deflection, and one of his teammates in green got it.
Carson starts the Lincoln offense, goes to Gowan. Back out front, Keon Carson. Carson down the lane, Saucy out of the corner. Oh, yeah, another Chris Coyne State Farm three-pointer. 24-11, the Lincoln lead.
And again, Carson gets his penetration. They're playing off of him, but I was talking with Gary Rademacher, assistant coach, and what he likes about them laying off of Carson, he can get downhill and start going when you get so far off of him. And right now, Carson's getting some momentum going toward the hoop.
Gabe Patterson going to throw up a 3 from the volleyball line. Ball batted away. Gowan got a paw on it. Here we go. Quickly the other way to Nelson. Back out front, Gowan.
Right back.
Gowan back to Nelson. 3 on the way. Got it. A Chris Coyne State Farm 3, and it's raining threes here in Washington. 27-11, Lincoln. 2 minutes to go.
Boy, a barrage, and what hustle by Gowan, too. Gets the tip away and then comes up with it. Then he does a great job of figuring out where Nelson was open.
Hey, you know something I figured out? When the shots go in, it's more fun for the announcers, too. Vanderhyde, kick out Patterson. Patterson, nice pass inside, and a nice shot by White. Hook shot went in, and it's 27-13.
Yeah, when they've not turned the ball over, they've done a pretty good job of moving the basketball against us.
Keon Carson. Right wing Saucy in front of the bench. Saucy out front, Gowan. Gowan down the lane and lost it going up. He was going to kick it out to Nelson and just simply lost the ball. And the turnover goes to Washington. Vanderhyde picked up his dribble probably before he should have. Still gets it across the timeline. Out front to White. White looking inside to Vanderhyde, flashing at the free throw line. Brewer. Stewart, there's that skip pass in the corner. Patterson, 3 on the way, no good. Rebound, Carson comes out of there with it.
Yeah, I'm going to see if the coach will hold for a 1 here. He's got 27-13 here before halftime with about 48 seconds left, and it looks like Washington content with just packing it in. And here's your shot clock. You know, your different strategy. The next game the Railers play, you're not able to do this.
You know, having that 35-second clock, now you got to wonder, are some high school coaches going to start playing like the pros do? You go 2 for 1?
Yeah, and that's what I was bringing up to Scott the other night. You kind of play that a little bit. You got a good quick hitter where you can go score quick and then hopefully stop the team and then get your ball back for the last shot.
Carson holding the ball out front. And now 17, 16, 15. Looking to start the Lincoln offense here very shortly. Carson, now they start the offense. Left wing Nelson. Nelson, Saucy. Saucy looking for the cutter. There's Cook in the corner. Out of the corner, Peyton Cook. Ball short. Ball on the floor. And foul. Washington picks it up. They're not going to get a shot off. At the end of one half, it is Lincoln 27, the Washington Panthers 13. We will be back in 2 minutes with the Grau Incorporated Schneider Chiropractic halftime show.
WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com present Lincoln Community High School Rail Splitter Basketball. WLCN's live stream video coverage of Railer basketball is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Me Realty, locally owned and operated. Me Realty is Logan County's top producing real estate agency year after year. Call 217-735-5424 or browse listings online at merealty.com. Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger. Stop by before or after the game, located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Heartland Community College is Lincoln's community college. At Heartland, you'll get the personal attention and support you need to be a successful student. Discover Heartland, discover your future. Visit heartland.edu/Lincoln. Schneider Masonry, family owned and operated in Central Illinois with over 40 years of experience, serving builders, contractors, and homeowners. Free estimates available. Call 217-314-9654. Blades Nail and Hair Salon, located at 241 Madigan Drive in Lincoln, offering salon services for hair, skincare, waxing, nails, lashes, and brows. Go online to bladeshairandnailsalon.com or call 217-732-7213. Joe Ryan Country Financial, located in downtown Lincoln at 509 Pulaski Street. Call 217-735-4385. Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Rail Splitter basketball.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln.
Rebound and defense, and that's what the Railers have been doing much better getting back. I think they got a good transition basket on us early in the game, and then their skip passes were hurting us early in the first quarter, and then the Railers have caught on since, and you see a lot more moving while that ball is being skipped, and we've also been able to pick a few off.
You know, early on we saw some movement inside, so Lincoln tried to get their offense inside, ball stolen away from Jake Biven, but we haven't seen that double team pressure from Washington in quite some time, and I'm wondering is because they're trying to concentrate on keeping that ball away from Peyton Cook in the middle, and our guys are hitting the shots from the outside.
Well, we've gotten timely penetration too. Penetration into the teeth of the defense, into that lane where Keon's been able to get in and then kick it out, and that's fine. If you're doing that, but your shooters have to be ready to shoot and make them. And since so far, Gowan's made two. I think Nelson's got a couple also. And all set up by the point guard play of Keon.
You know, you can see Camden Nelson when he goes up to shoot it. Most of the time, he's got his feet set. He's ready to shoot the basketball before he gets the pass, and you know that's when a shooter feels like he's on.
Scoring so far for the Railers here tonight, Jay, and a lot of threes, as you said earlier. Camden Nelson, Aiden Gowan, and also Tyler Saucy, all with 6 points on 2 3-pointers apiece from those guys. Peyton Cook started the party with 4, and he's not scored since. He's got 4. Keon Carson with 4 big points, and Drew Hayes with a free throw. So, as you said, a nice rounded scoring. Gowan off the bench, Hayes off the bench with some scoring, and I think our defense is starting to play a little bit of fits for Washington.
Nobody really in foul trouble for Lincoln either.
No, and that's be a key when you can pressure and you can cause havoc out there and still not foul. Maybe the Railers on offense have to watch a little bit of Washington trying to take a few charges. They've tried a few, been called blocks, and I don't know if they'll get away with that. If their coach will be talking to the officials a little bit about that, you might see a couple of those swing.
You know, they started out wanting to push the ball a little bit and push it up the floor and never really got much in the way of, say, a fast break bucket. But I think you and I both noticed when they've been patient on offense in the half court, they've gotten the ball inside and gotten some pretty good looks in the paint.
Yeah, and they haven't been able to push the ball as much because the Railers have been making the baskets. You know, you always say if you make your shots, it's hard for a team to push the ball to fast break, and the Railers have been shooting it well here so far up until half.
It would make practice a lot more pleasant for the next week if we get a win tonight, would it not?
Well, you're right, and and I think the effort is what he likes is the most. The effort out of everybody that's been able to get on the floor. The shots are starting to fall, and as you see, even defensively and rebounding, when shots are falling, you just have a better life to you when you're out there, and the defense is better now that guys are starting to feel a little more confident.
So 4:36 to go still here in the first half. We've mentioned some of our fine sponsors here on the broadcast. Brow Incorporated, Schneider Chiropractic, of course, Chicago Street Rentals, a tip-off sponsor. Chris Coyne sponsoring each and every three-pointer this year. Headline Salon, located at 602 and a half Keokuk Street in Lincoln, where your hair makes the statement. Call Brett Kenna, Allie the Barber, or Jasmine the Massage Therapist at 217-651-8310. Town and Country Bank, a proud sponsor of Lincoln Railer basketball. At Town and Country Bank, our mission is to help empower the financial well-being of our communities one person at a time. Let's go ahead and send it back to the WLCN studios for a 2-minute word from some of our fine sponsors. When Josh and I come back, we'll wrap up halftime and start the second half. Both teams back on the floor here at Torrey Gymnasium, where Lincoln leads 27-13 over the Washington Panthers in just the 12th meeting between the two schools. Lincoln up 8-3, and as Josh and I talked earlier, most of those meetings have either been in some type of Thanksgiving, Christmas, or postseason tournament. Very few regular season games between these two schools. In fact, the last one was back in 2020 with that team that unfortunately had its season cut short by the COVID pandemic, and a 70-43 win at home with Cam Whiteman getting 17 points. I don't know if we'll put 70 on the board tonight, Josh. I kind of doubt it. Right. But a good first half so far.
Yeah, you're right. Solid basketball again by the Railers. Really good defense. We talked about just it seems like a little more life in them. I don't know if Coach has been after them a little bit more in practice to get after it, but last couple nights have been better defensively, better effort, and the thing is we got to keep this thing going because Washington's going to give us a fight here in the second half.
We've had two times this year so far, Josh, in December, unbelievably, where the Lincoln team has had a week off between games. We've gone from maybe Saturday to Saturday, and we saw that Saturday game against Effingham where we talked about that, where it seemed to lack a little bit of spark. from a player standpoint, you want to play games. So just my thought, hey, I want to play games. The more games, the better off.
Well, they better get if they like this way now, because in the after Collinsville, it's basketball like crazy. So we've got 10 games in right now, and I think the schedule says we've got 30 or roughly somewhere around 30. So you got to know in the next few months those dog days of basketball are coming ahead. So hopefully the Railers get in a rhythm. They've been in a rhythm, eight games in a row here, going for 9 here, and hopefully we can pull this thing out.
And the good thing is, coach has already shown the propensity to go 10 deep with this basketball team. So a lot of guys are going to get to play, and you save minutes for your starters.
Well, and you better play hard. You're coming out.
Carson out front of Lincoln, the basketball to start the second half. Starters back on the floor. Bivens, Saucy, Cook, Schilling, and Cook going to get called for the travel out front. Turnover goes to Washington.
Yeah, just undecisive too. I didn't like the way we came out, Jay. Usually we're running out of the locker room and get into a 2-line layup situation. We kind of walked out, and guys got a few shots up, and hopefully that's not a tale of what the second half's going to be.
Nice kick inside Vanderheit. Somebody lost their man, and Vanderheit's going to get the layup. Somebody didn't notice that the Vanderheit was planted right there in the middle of the lane, and it's 27-15.
Yeah, turnover and basket now for Washington.
Carson eyes a 3, rainbow shot. No, not even close. And Washington the rebound, and here they come in a hurry. Ahead to White. Nearly traveled the basketball. Nice fake on Saucy. Got the bucket and the harm. Not a great way to start the second half, Josh.
Yeah, I kind of could tell by the way we came out of the locker room. It was lackluster, and same way we've hit the second half here.
A 30-second timeout taken by Coach Al, and Lloyd's going to get the camera over there. And Josh, that's not a calm conversation going on over there in the huddle.
No, and it's the job of the coach. It's the players. They got to be ready to go. And I just, like I said earlier, I didn't like the way we came out. We took a few shots and kind of walled around and kind of waited, man. And you got to be ready. And Washington's going to come at you hard here in the second half, and the Railers have not responded.
27-17, the Lincoln lead. As Jamari White, 6'3" senior's got some moves inside, goes to the free throw line for the and one and gets it. Cuts the lead under 10, 27-18. Carson back the other way. Carson to Saucy. Saucy, Schilling. Schilling, Bivens going to go down the lane. Jake Bivens, 5-footer up, no good. Ball batted around, and Washington going to come out of there with it. Quickly up the floor. Brewer in the corner. Out front, Patterson. Washington playing with a little spark here in the second half. Vanderheit, hook shot. Up, no good. Rebound, Saucy. Good rebound by Tyler Saucy.
Yeah, but a good look by Washington. Another one. Point-blank shot there right in the lane.
Inside Cook. Cook double team. Nice kick out Bivens. Out front to Schilling. Schilling to Carson. Carson goes in the lane. He's going to get fouled, I think, by Patterson. Nope, it was actually on Jake Stewart, and that is his second. Lincoln, the ball inbounds underneath their own basket. Schilling out front to Keon Carson. Carson to Cook. Now Lincoln running the motion. Saucy, Bivens. Washington's picked it up a little bit on defense too, Josh.
Well, they've got a little momentum going.
Schilling, 3 on the way. Good, a Chris Coyne State Farm 3.
Boy, if the Railers needed one, it was time for Schilling to come up with his first basket of the night. A big three-pointer for the Railers. It'll get him going here.
Washington in the backcourt, across to Stewart. Dangerous pass. Stewart out front, Brewer. Stewart. Back to Brewer. Now Washington in their half-court set. Patterson inside Vanderheit. White has Bivens posted up inside, and 3 seconds wasn't called. Brewer out of the corner. Three-pointer up, no good. Cook goes for the rebound. All green shirts under the basket. Ahead to Keon Carson. Carson between the circles. Now Lincoln starts their motion offense. Out front, Saucy going to take the 3. Up and no good. Ball ahead to White. Quickly ahead of the pack. Lost the basketball. Saucy comes out of there with it. Here comes Tyler in a hurry up the sideline. Tyler going to take it to the hole. 10-footer up and good.
Yeah, good job by Tyler, too. Picked up the loose ball, and nobody picked him up. Tyler drives the length of the floor and comes all the way and shoots a little 5-footer.
Brewer still in the backcourt for Washington to Patterson. Patterson finally gets it across the timeline. Patterson double team, back out front Brewer. Lincoln picking it up on defense. Carson hounding out front. Washington, the skip passes again, back out front Brewer between the circles. Hounded by Biven. Stewart lost the basketball, picks it up, corner Patterson, looking inside White, posting on the baseline. Double teamed in the corner, in the trap, out front White. Jamari White looking inside Vanderheit, back out front Brewer. Brewer, the long skip pass. They go inside White against Cook. Nice pass to Vanderheit. Vanderheit trapped under the bucket, kicks it out. Brewer, three on the way. No good, short. Brewer gets his own rebound on a long rebound. 10-footer up. No, around it out. Schilling hauls down the rebound, and he and White have a little bit of a tussle.
Oh, I've got a foul on White, too. I thought it was going to be a jump ball. Both White and Schilling up high for the rebound.
Wow.
And they will give a foul to White, and their coach didn't disagree, so I kind of thought I'd have disagreed on that a little bit.
That was kind of a tough call. I thought Josh probably would have thought it would have been a jump ball.
Well, I kind of thought Saucy or someone underneath got shoved before Schilling was able to get that rebound, and maybe that was what the official had said. I better make up something here.
32-18, Lincoln lead. 4:22 to go here in the third. They go inside Cook. Nice kick out Carson. Kick in the corner, Schilling. Back out front, Carson. Carson going to get the dribble penetration, layup time, and got fouled. Wow.
Yeah, again, we talked about that where you're laying off Keon so far that you're giving him 5 feet, but if he gets a running start at you, you got no chance of staying in front of him.
Andre Lewis tried to guard him, found out how fast he was. He turned on the afterburners, and he's gone. Keon Carson might be the quickest kid I've ever seen in a Lincoln Railer uniform. Got the free throw up and good.
Yeah, you imagine if that guy was 6'1". Holy smokes.
He would be a terror to a lot of people, and he's a pretty good ball player now.
Yeah.
Stewart back in the basketball game for Lewis. 33-18, the Lincoln lead. Up 15, 4:12 to go here in the third period.
Good job, Keon.
Got them both.
Yeah, 4 for 4 from the line tonight.
Stewart back to Vanderheit. They're using him help with the press. And Vanderheit nearly traveled against it. They go to White. Nice defense by Saucy. Ball knocked on the floor. Stewart picks it up against Biven. Long cross-court pass nearly thrown away. Shelton in the basketball game for Washington. Brewer, Stewart, Shelton. Shelton, ball batted away. Good defense by Lincoln on the trap. Cook got it. I thought he was fouled. No call right in front of the official. But we get away with it, and here comes Carson the other way. Carson, Schilling. Saucy, Biven, Carson looking inside for Cook. Boy, they're hounding Cook inside, aren't they, John?
Yeah, they're really bodying him, too.
Cook going to make a move on Vanderheit, and there's, and they're going to call Cook on the offensive foul after he gave up the ball.
Yeah, I don't like that call. If he had the ball and plowed over him, I get that, but that's for me, that's a play on.
I'm not so sure he didn't trip over Vanderheit's feet first because it looked like he stumbled. But we'll take the call. 2 fouls on Peyton Cook on the offensive foul. Turnover goes to Washington. Brewer out front, Stewart, Patterson. 3:12 to go here in the third. Patterson out front. Patterson to Brewer. Brewer trapped again in the corner. Trapped again. Looked like a travel. And what is the call? A foul on Lincoln. Biven. Foul is on Jake Biven.
13th foul on the Railers, 3 on Washington here so far in the third quarter.
And here comes the second unit of guards in. Shot by Patterson up, no good, and a foul. It looks like it's going to go to Vanderheit this time.
Yeah, 40 underneath, pushed off, and I thought he did that about 2 possessions before when we talked about Schilling going up for that rebound and White getting the foul. I thought they had pushed off earlier before. Hayes checks in, Gowan in, now Nelson in. Keon and Cook stay out on the court.
34-18, the Lincoln lead with 2:52 to go here in the third quarter. Hayes, Nelson, out front Carson. Carson goes to penetration, kicks it back out. Cook in the corner, drives baseline. Nice move, Peyton Cook. And holy Toledo. Wow. That's all I can say, Josh, is wow.
Not sure that guy's giving the Railers a call here tonight.
Coach Al is very happy on the sidelines either. That was a questionable call, let's just put it that way. Peyton Cook going to go to the sidelines with, I believe, his third foul. And Saucy comes in for Peyton Cook. Stewart goes inside Vanderheit. Vanderheit free throw line, hounded by Carson, nearly had to steal. Out front Patterson, Brewer out of the corner, up, no good. Ball batted around and Washington's got it. They're trapped under the basket. Washington back to Brewer. Here comes Brewer. Baseline kick out Shelton, three on the way, up and no good. Hayes goes up for the rebound. He got fouled.
Yeah, great job by Hayes. He got that rebound over three Panthers, and he that's one thing he really does a good job of, is going strong for the rebounds. And there aren't too many guys, especially at the sophomore level, and he can do it at the varsity as well, that can go up high and bring that thing down.
Carson trying to set the Lincoln offense out front. Minute 56 to go here in the third quarter.
And I think they want kind of Panthers to come out and get them a little bit so we can get a chance to go by them. They pack it in against this Railer offense, a little bit similar to what Chatham does, and just pack it in.
Looks like Coach going to spread the floor a little bit here, and now it looks like Washington is going to come out. Looks like they've gone to a 1-3-1 zone. So there's a switch in defenses. Saucy, baseline Nelson, three on the way. No good.
No, and that's what happened. Boy, they get you to do something that you weren't ready for. But, man, if Nelson buries that thing, it really tells the coach he had a bad idea.
Vanderheit, the long pass in the corner to Shelton. Another long pass out front, Stewart. Inside Vanderheit. Vanderheit has got a lane to the basket. There he goes, up and good. Left-hander up and good.
Yeah, it's like partying in the sea there. As soon as Vanderheit caught it, I saw him a couple times tonight. He's been able to kind of go right down the lane and put a basket in.
Minute 2 to go here. Gowan goes inside Hayes. Hayes back out front. Carson, Gowan. Gowan drives baseline, 15-footer, up and good.
Yeah.
Aiden Gowan, nice shot.
Beautiful shot. One of the shots that doesn't happen very often in basketball anymore. That one dribble pull-up, and that was a tough shot, too. It was right in front of us on the baseline, but good, pretty-looking shot there by Gowan, and one the Railers needed.
36-20, the Lincoln lead. 38 seconds to go here in the third period. Patterson inside Vanderheit. Vanderheit in the lane. Kick out Brewer. Up and no good. Three missed. Rebound Saucy. Lincoln doing a pretty good job on the boards without Cook in the basketball game.
That's exactly what I was going to say. You got Saucy and Hayes underneath doing a great job of rebounding while Cook's on the bench.
Now the Railers going to play for the last shot. Saucy, Nelson. Nelson out front, Carson. Washington back in their man-to-man defense. Carson, Saucy. Saucy, Hayes. Hayes, free throw line. Kick out Gowan. Gowan, nice fake. Three on the way. No! Oh! It went in! Oh! That thing did everything but finally go in. Count the basket. It's 39-20, the Lincoln lead on a Chris Coyne State Farm three-pointer. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Hi, Joe Ryan here with Country Financial. As pensions go by the wayside and your retirement approaches, have you thought about what your retirement income will look like? No, I'm not talking about how much money you have saved. I am talking about a retirement income, a guaranteed paycheck for life. That's right, a paycheck issued to you every month for the rest of your life. Sound interesting? Let's talk. 735-4385.
Back at Washington High School, Jay Hart and Josh Connick were linking up 39-20. And Josh, that last three, but Aiden Gowan, I was convinced it was not going to go in.
It had a couple different spins and a couple different taps of the rim, and we'll take it to extend that. The Railers with a 12-point quarter there, holding the Panthers to 7.
Washington gets the ball to start the fourth quarter. Vanderheit ball kicked away. You know, Josh, something I've noticed, we've talked about consistency on offense. We've been in double figures in every quarter so far scoring. That shows you that your offense isn't stalling or having one of those three-point quarters you can't afford.
Yeah, you're right, and that's I think early in the season we were afraid of a little bit of that, but lately the way the Railers have been shooting it, we're starting to do some different things. The guys are penetrating in, kicking it out. We're getting some baskets underneath.
Nice defense by Cook to get a hand on that basketball and knock it out of bounds. Brewer Goes to Stewart. Stewart in the corner. Patterson. Patterson trapped in the corner. Another long cross-court pass, and that ball goes out of bounds and will go to Lincoln basketball.
Yeah, it looks like sometimes when they skip it, that guy that they're going to skip it to sometimes tries to dart into there to the free throw line, and miscommunication there by the Panthers. So here's a different defense here for Washington, and the Railers got to adjust on the fly.
In the corner, Nelson. Nelson back out front, Hayes. What do you say, 1-3-1? Looks like it.
Yeah, oh, that better go.
Oh, and a dangerous pass, Carson. Carson. Hayes. Hayes in the corner, Nelson. Nelson back out front, Hayes. 1-3-1 zone's not one you see a lot, Josh.
No, you got to get somebody in the middle, too, because look how wide that middle is open.
Inside Cook. Cook. Good pass to Hayes. Hayes up and thought he got fouled. Got his own rebound up and good. Great effort by Drew Hayes.
Yeah, padding the stats on the rebounds. He misses it and then goes up and gets it. Hayes, great job of going back up with it. Never came down with the rebound. Put it right back up and in.
Brewer. Now across the timeline, they go to Vanderheit free throw line. He butted Carson, and Carson nearly got knocked out.
Yeah, he did. A good job by Cook, too. Might have knocked the wind out of Carson, but yeah. Cook came across on that pass and tipped it away with the long arms.
Good defense by Lincoln on the interior. Carson out front. He's going to get double teamed. Got hit by White. No call. In the corner, Nelly. Nelly on the way. Got it. A Chris Coyne State Farm 3. And Camden Nelson feels it. And Jeff Nelson is celebrating behind the Lincoln bench.
Very hard to play a 1-3-1 against this Railer team. You can put Gowan on a wing and you can put Nelson in the corner, and you got two shooters that have been shooting the ball really well.
Inside Vanderheit, and Cook went up and blocked it. Going to get called for the goaltend.
Yeah, it was a goaltend. I think it hit the board first, but you wonder why the pass is getting there. It's a long pass right into the middle, and our backs are extended out a little bit farther just because they haven't had a lot of post presence around the basket.
Carson, now Washington going to come and they're going to press, and here we go. Let's see how we handle it. Hayes quickly up the floor, gets it across the timeline, back out front, Carson. Carson and Cook, good pass to Gowan. Gowan, three out of the corner, no good. Rebound goes to number 4 in the basketball game, Andre Lewis. Lewis in the corner to Brewer. Brewer, cross-court pass to Shelton. Shelton hooked around Nelson. Shelton, 15-footer up, no good. Rebound. White goes high for the rebound, falls down.
Yeah, White way up there for the. I don't know if the Railer probably got a little body on him, but couldn't come down on his feet. So Railer's going to have to break some pressure here, and unfortunately or fortunately, we haven't seen a lot of pressure this season.
Good time to see it before we get into the Collinsville tournament.
Absolutely right.
Nelson out front. Carson, Gowan. Gowan to Cook. Cook, Nelson. Railers running their motion offense out front around the arc. Hayes, Cook. Cook going to go in the lane. Layup time. Finger roll up. No good off the back of the iron. Lewis comes out with the rebound. Lewis quickly ahead to Shelton. Shelton out front. Lewis. Lewis to Jamari White. White out front to Lewis. To White. 5:10 to go here in the basketball game. Lincoln up 22 and traveling the call on Jamari White. Washington can't afford the turnovers at this point, Josh.
No, and you got to think here on their end on defense, they're going to start taking some gambles. So the Railers might be in tune for some sort of a backdoor here to relieve some pressure.
Hayes in the backcourt, handles the basketball, brings it into the front court. Hayes back out front to Carson. Carson, Gowan. Now Railers set the offense. Cook, Gowan to Nelson. Out front, Keon to Peyton Cook. Out front, Nelly to Peyton Cook. Cook bumped, gets it to Hayes. Hayes out front, Gowan. Carson down the lane in the corner, Hayes. Hayes drives in, kick out Cook. Cook, 15-footer up short. Rebound, Brewer. Washington quickly the other day. Brewer all the way up, no good. Gowan up for the board, knocks it away, and Carson comes out of their way.
Yeah, good job by Gowan to keep the ball alive.
Quickly ahead to Gowan. Carson penetrates in the lane, out front Hayes. Hayes, Nelson. DeAndre Jackson into the game for Washington. Jackson on Cook, out front to Carson. Washington going to their bench. It looks like Coach Schimmerhorn may be ready to concede. Nelson, 3 out of the corner, up, it's short, no good. Rebound, Shelton in the corner.
Yeah, we're settling for some jump shots too, Jay, where I think I think we can get to the basket.
Oh, Carson ahead of the pack. Layup time. He got it.
Yeah, great job. I think he tipped it away. And then Gowan got it on the tip away, and then Gowan with a nice look ahead, and Keon blazing up the court.
When he kicks on the afterburners, not many people are going to catch him.
No, it's fast, and they're short, choppy steps.
Lewis out front to Micah Brewer. Brewer against the Lincoln defense.
Keon with another nice game here. 8 points. I don't know if he's got any turnovers here tonight.
Brewer up three, good. Micah Brewer gets the three. It's 46-25. And Josh, I believe Gowan may be the only player we have in double figures right now. Nice balanced scoring tonight.
Yeah, you're right. Right at one. Let's see. Got 9. We got 8. Cook with 4.
Carson just held it in the corner. Gets it out to Hayes, to Nelson, to Cook.
Kind of see the Railers wearing down a little bit too. Nelson looks like he needs a break. Maybe Hayes as well.
Cook got fouled. Well, we've got 3 games. I mean, this is what, 3 games now in 4 days?
No, just 2. Well, we had the game on Saturday and
Saturday, Tuesday. I guess Saturday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah, Saturday, Tuesday, Wednesday. A nice little break before we head down to Collinsville on I guess a week from today.
Schemmerhorn going to his bench. Javon White, number 33, into the basketball game. Number 42, Trenton Spangler, into the basketball game for Washington. And in the game also number 34. As soon as I find who that is.
Yeah, Keon up and good with a drive to the basket, and Keon gets right to the rim. And another night in double figures for Keon. 13 last night, I believe, and tonight he's got 10.
Bernie Winnie in the basketball game for Washington. Keon Carson now with double figures. Ball thrown away underneath the Washington basket. 48-25, the Lincoln lead. Thanks to our video live stream sponsors, Heartland Community College is Lincoln's community college. At Heartland, you'll get the personal attention support you need to be a successful student. Heartland, discover your future. Visit heartland.edu/Lincoln. Schneider Masonry, family owned and operated in Central Illinois with over 40 years of experience. Call 217-314-9654. Blades Hair and Nail Salon, located at 241 Madigan Drive in Lincoln. Me Realty, 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln. And of course, Culver's in Lincoln, home of the Butterburger.
Yeah, Kingsley in now, Stevens in, Schilling, Biven, and Hayes in the lineup for the Railers right now. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the game. 48-25, the Railers on top.
Schilling out front, Hayes, Kingsley, Stevens, Biven. Out front, Kingsley, Stevens. In the corner, goes back out front, Biven. Biven going to drive in, Stevens. Stevens to Hayes. Hayes, Kingsley. Kingsley drives in the lane, kick out Stevens. Back out front, Schilling. Minute 49 to go. 48-25, the Lincoln lead. Kingsley nearly beat his man baseline. Kick out Schilling. Oh, ball in thrown away.
Yeah, good job by Trey.
Picks it up. Yeah,
meeting your pass.
Stevens. Biven kick in the corner. Here comes Hayes. Hayes layup time. Got it. Nice move by Drew Hayes.
Well, Hayes turns the corner with that right hand, and he's pretty tough to stop when he gets ahead of steam going. He's relatively quick for as big as he is, and of course he's strong.
A bright future for that young man in basketball.
Yeah, it's been a good watching him in the sophomore games get a lot of time and a chance to score the basketball, because as you said, we're going to need him to score here in the next couple of years.
Shelton misses the shot out of the corner, misses the three. Stevens going to take a three, top of the key, up, no good. Rebound to number 33, and that is Javon White. White threw the basketball into the Washington bench, and Lincoln going to get nailed for the foul. Jake Biven gets yet another foul. I think that's 3 on Jake. It is 3 on Jake, 5 on the team. Josh, we're about at our offensive and defensive average right now.
Yeah. Well, in this last couple games, Jay, don't you think it's a good confidence booster to go into Collinsville? A tough tournament in Collinsville. You've played, you thought it was going to be a tough competition here in the last couple games with Chatham and Washington. It's kind of turned lopsided, but we saw some different styles, and I think the Railers are as prepared, I think, as Coach Al would like to see.
And Josh, I think over the last several games, we've seen the consistency that we wanted to see out of this basketball team. They are operating at a consistent level defensively and offensively.
Well, and Scott brought up a good point last night. We've kind of talked a little bit about it too. We haven't seen a lot of size yet, so I think we're waiting to see. Are we going to see some teams that are bigger than us? I'm sure. And how do we combat that? How do we play against those fast, quick teams that can also handle the ball? Something similar to a MacArthur is probably what's going to throw at you.
12 seconds to go. Lincoln up 50-25, and a foul called. And I think Hayes and Spangler were having a nice little battle. Let's see who they call this one.
Yeah, it was on Spangler, 42.
Spangler gets the foul, and that's going to put Hayes at the free throw line. He wanted to make up for that earlier free throw miss anyway.
Well, hopefully it works out well for him.
Drew Hayes, a 6'4" sophomore at the free throw line. First one up and no. Back of the iron, and Kingsley grabs the rebound. Kingsley out front, Biven, and Lincoln going to run the clock out. Biven, the basketball out front. And Lincoln going to hold on to it, and there's the end of the ball game. The final score, the Lincoln Rail Splitters go to 10-1 with a 50-25 victory over the Washington Panthers. So Lincoln goes to 10-1 going into the Collinsville Holiday Tournament. We will be back in 2 minutes with the Grau Incorporated Schneider Chiropractic post-game show. Back here at Torrey Gymnasium on the campus of Washington High School, Jay Hart and Josh Komnick, where a very happy, nice Lincoln crowd files out of here and gets ready to head down 155 and beat the weather home as Lincoln wins it 50-25 over the Washington Panthers. And Josh, we'll talk to Coach about this on the post-game show, but it feels like this team is starting to play at a consistent level offensively and defensively. The effort is there. That's got to make him very happy.
Yeah, and I think as the last couple games, obviously last night 14 threes, not quite sure how many we had to go down tonight, but another nice shooting performance for the Railers, and it just opened so many things up. I think the guys feed off of that with their effort, and it's, as Coach said last night, when you shoot it well, you look good, and the Railers have looked good the last couple nights, and they look good over in Jacksonville. They're taking care of opponents pretty handily so far. Like to see maybe another tightly contested game, although you can't complain about the way we've been winning. But there's a good chance we're going to see a pretty tight game in Collinsville, and hopefully we've got enough experience with that.
And we doubled the score on their home floor. This is a pretty good Washington basketball team. They were 7-3 coming into the basketball game. It's not like we were playing the Little Sisters of the Poor tonight. We doubled the score on them, held them to 25 points. That's a pretty impressive performance.
Well, and more importantly, they're scoring 56 a game. Yeah. And the Railers hold them to half, better than half of that. So the defense is moving. We're getting our hands on a lot of basketball. basketballs. I don't know how many turnovers they had, but they had quite a few, and we were able to keep rebounding really well. And boy, that's a good recipe for keeping opponents, off the scoreboard.
And the guy with now 917 career victories in the state of Illinois and win number 1894 for the school comes over to join us on the post-game show. Had a slight smile on his face, and a very short time in the locker room with the kids. He must be ready to get the bus and go home.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a trip tonight.
Good evening, sir. Can you hear us okay?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Josh and I were talking. Congratulations first on the victory. A nice win on the road against what really is a pretty good basketball team.
It is. I'm really proud of our kids. I thought we played hard, but when you make shots, it makes coaching pretty easy.
Do you feel like, because we were looking at this, you got to about your offensive and defensive average of what you're giving up and scoring on the year? Do you feel like you're getting the consistent play offensively and defensively night in and night out?
Well, yeah, we still want to score more,
Everybody does.
But, our kids play really hard. Now then, I talked to Coach Shimmerhorn from Washington. They played with the shot clock in their tournament at Thanksgiving, and he said it totally changes the game. He said it adds about 14 or 15 possessions to everyone, but we're just going to play. We've had our coaches timing our possessions to see, and we've only had a couple times where we've gone over 35 seconds, and we're just going to go down and play our game. And the focus that we have to have, though, is on our defensive side, because teams are going to be aggressive every possession. It's a 35-second game, and they've got to find a shot, take the first open shot instead of being patient. And then rebounding becomes very big, and you don't want to play 35 seconds and have to repeat the 35 seconds. So I'm excited and intrigued by the whole thing. I just want to see, what it does to our system, because I think our system is pretty solid.
Yeah, Coach, and I think a key for me starting the season was point guard play. Where were you going to replace Paulus from a year ago? And I don't know about you, but I'm pretty pleased to the way Keon's been able to handle himself. He doesn't turn the ball over, has not turned the ball over very much. He finds the open shot, and then the last couple nights he's been able to find his niche from the scoring. 10 tonight, 13 or 12 I think the night before. Where's he at in progression of where you'd like to see him?
Well, I think he's done a great job. He had a great game tonight. I think he had a bad one there a couple nights ago, 2 games ago, maybe Saturday against Effingham, but I'm telling you, he played a whale of a game today. And again, he gives us some quickness that we don't have, and I know their coaching staff was upset because they weren't guarding him, and they were still getting beat to where he was kicking, and they were having to come help on him, and they were basically playing under the basket. So I'm really excited for him. He's pretty good. He had a great game.
I talked with Coach Rademacher about that a little bit last night. They give him 5-6 feet, and he gets downhill and gets a running start. You got no shot.
Yeah, he's making good decisions, yeah. And he's becoming a very, very good point guard. And he is the quickest player that I've ever coached.
Coach, you're going to see some competition in Collinsville, no question about it. Have you been tested enough up until this time? We haven't had a real close game other than Mount Zion. We haven't seen a lot of pressure, full court pressure, whether it be man or zone. Have we been tested enough for you?
Well, we'll find out. When you have wins like we've had, and tonight was another big one, but we had to work tonight. That's a good basketball team that we beat, and it just shows that we have the potential to be pretty good. But like you said, how are we going to perform when it gets to be, 50-50,
right.
And 3 minutes to go? Are we going to be able to play defense hard enough, strong enough to be able to win the game? So I'm anxious to get to Collinsville, but I think first of all we guard, mm-hmm. and we play pretty solid and play pretty hard defense. So I think we're going to be in a lot of basketball games just because of that.
Yeah.
you're going into a Collinsville tournament that this year may be as strong as it's ever been. You've got Belleville East, which somebody's told me that they may be the best of the Belleville schools. You've got MacArthur in your bracket, Quincy and Collinsville down in the lower bracket. There's some awfully good teams, including yourself in that Collinsville tournament.
Yeah, and I think Triad's really good. I think they've 8, 9, and 3, something like that. The mystery is McClure North, which I don't know anything about out of St. Louis. But they got Belleville East, I think. I think we play the winner-loser of that one, so that'll be our second round game. Will be one of those two, and hopefully it's the winning side.
Yeah.
And, we just got to play them one at a time, and as long as the kids play with the emotion and the intensity that they did tonight, I think we can be in most basketball games.
Well, win tonight makes Christmas a lot more enjoyable, doesn't it?
Sure does. Sure does.
Got big plans for Christmas?
Nope. Just sit at home, and I think the way it sounds, the weather's going to make me stay at home.
Well, we've got a week off. Does that concern you now? I mean, you've gotten a couple of games here right before Christmas, but now you have that week layoff, and you've got the Christmas holiday. Any concerns with that?
No, not at all. Kids, you go to a tournament to play, the kids will be excited, and what worries me more than anything is are we going to keep our schedule that we have as far as practice times and things go with the weather coming in. So we'll just have to see. We're going to try to we'll practice them early in the morning so we can at least get ahead of the weather. Hopefully, I think it's not supposed to come in till noon or so we'll try to get in and get them get a good workout tomorrow, because I don't know where Friday's going to be.
I know you're wanting to get home, and the kids look like they're ready to get on the bus too. Are you going to have an opportunity this week to do some practicing with some type of shot clock in your practices to kind of get used to it?
We've been doing that. We'll put 35 seconds. The only thing is you got to reset it, set time, 35 seconds, and we've been running it. We've had the coaches chart our games, our possessions and everything, and we've not had I think we've had one violation. It was an air ball, which we rebounded it and got it back out and went into motion offense, and that one was one that was over. So.
And do we still know what they're going to do as far as resetting the clock? Have they said?
I talked to Eric, and he said that the only time it resets to 20 is on a kick. Everything else is straight 35.
All right.
So.
Well, Coach, thanks for coming up and joining us on the post-game show. We'll let you get on a happy bus and get on home and get yourself hunkered down for whatever blizzard is coming tomorrow in the next couple of days.
I'd like to go to St. Louis tomorrow.
You can ride in the back of my truck because I'm going.
Are you?
Yeah, I think so.
He said he wasn't giving up those tickets for nothing.
Nope. I missed it last year. I'm going.
Yeah.
All right.
But, I would like to say Merry Christmas to everyone and have safe and happy holidays. And hopefully we'll see you all down at Collinsville, and hopefully we can have a lot of fun down there. But enjoy the holidays.
Well, Merry Christmas to you and your family from us here at WLCN, and we look forward to seeing you and the kids down at Collinsville. Always a fun time.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Coach. That's going to wrap it up here on the post-game show. We had two guys in double figures tonight. Aiden Gowan, 11, and Keon Carson, 10, I think is what we saw on the scoreboard before they shut it down.
Right.
They shut it down quicker than Coach does.
Yeah, I couldn't even get the scores up there, so we'll have to get those and relay them back. But another good outing for the Railers. Solid victory. The guys are playing well. A couple days off will help them get healed up and get those nicks and bruises somewhat healed and be ready full speed next Wednesday. Well, Railer Nation, it's time for us to go home. We know you're very happy about Lincoln's 50-25 victory here tonight at Washington. So for Paula Kodat working back at the studio, for Jim Ash, station manager, for Lloyd Kirby, our producer, engineer, and cameraman who runs it expertly, for my broadcast partner, Josh Komnick, for Scott Kirby, who's already sitting at home in his fuzzy slippers trying to keep warm. Yeah. Merry Christmas, everybody. Yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody. Time to send you back to the classic rock experience. You've been listening to Lincoln Railer basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM. Good night, everybody, and have a Merry Christmas.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln.
Hi, Joe Ryan here with Country Financial. As pensions go by the wayside and your retirement approaches, have you thought about what your retirement income will look like? No, I'm not talking about how much money you have saved. I am talking about a retirement income, a guaranteed paycheck for life. That's right, a paycheck issued to you every month for the rest of your life. Sound interesting? Let's talk. 735-4385.
WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com present Lincoln Community High School Rail Splitter Basketball. WLCN's live stream video coverage of Railer basketball is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Me Realty, locally owned and operated. Me Realty is Logan County's top producing real estate agency year after year. Call 217-735-5424 or browse listings online at merealty.com. Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger. Stop by before or after the game, located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Heartland Community College is Lincoln's community college. At Heartland, you'll get the personal attention and support you need to be a successful student. Discover Heartland, discover your future. Visit heartland.edu/Lincoln. Schneider Masonry, family owned and operated in Central Illinois with over 40 years of experience, serving builders, contractors, and homeowners. Free estimates available. Call 217-314-9654. Blades Nail and Hair Salon, located at 241 Madigan Drive in Lincoln, offering salon services for hair, skincare, waxing, nails, lashes, and brows. Go online to bladeshairandnailsalon.com or call 217-732-7213. Joe Ryan Country Financial, located in downtown Lincoln at 509 Pulaski Street. Call 217-735-4385. Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Rail Splitter basketball. The preceding program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.